And that oneness and that connection will always be. So this morning, I'm speaking my word and I'm declaring that in this upper room of consciousness that we are remembering to remember who we are. And that we will no longer forget who we are, regardless of circumstances and situations that may appear in this world. That our magnificence, our power, and our brilliance will forever shine, no matter how cloudy life can seem. That there's always a light that is brighter than the brightest of the sun, that is always saying, I am you and you are me. And this is God. And so I speak and know and I declare, therefore, that this service is perfect. I speak my word recognizing that our board of trustees have the high consciousness and have held that high consciousness to know that this church will be here another 50, 100, and 200 years and more, regardless of destination. It will continue to live on. I speak my word where the practitioners have already prayed for miracles in the lives of those who have called and said, I have a sickness, a disease, or whatever you may have named it, and knew that it was already healed. So it is not only who Jesus said get up. The same practitioner that is praying here can say get up, and you get up, and you move, and you have your way in being. It's only one truth. I'm giving thanks for all of our ushers who are always greeting you with love and saying yes and welcome home, to remember who you are. I'm thanking everyone who are here today, even those that are online, to remember that prayer is our tool, it's our anchor, it's our evidence, it's our strength, and that we use it all the time. And I'm just giving thanks for all that is happening here and throughout the world. There's nothing that can obstruct the truth that it is good. We call it good, we see it good, and we know that it's good. So let's close this prayer with every part of your beingness recognizing that everything happening in your life has goodness. Let's close it by saying, it is good, it is good, it is good. Ashe. All right. It is good. Ashe. All right, so now we're going to have our multi-faith diversity with Constance Slider Pierre and Akaya Jacobs.
Good morning, East Bay. Today we continue our journey in honoring multi-faith diversity awareness. Slide 1, please. This year we acknowledge all people and all faiths. We honor the unifying nature of religious, thought, and human experience. This month, in multi-faith diversity, we honor the sacred spirit of the woman. In celebration of Women's History Month, this week we honor women who did not wait to be invited into leadership, but rose from within, shaping their faith traditions through courage, vision, and a commitment to collective transformation. Never being silent, but always speaking out. Slide 2, please. Lighting the flames of faith. We light the candle for women of faith and courage, those who answered the diverse call to stand boldly in their truth. Amen. Slide 3, please. Women of faith, sacred wisdom. Faith lived with courage and service uplifts us all. Harriet Tubman, the AME Church Christianity, liberator, guided by divine vision. Mother Teresa, Catholic Church, servant to the poor and forgotten. And Wilma Mankiller, indigenous spiritual tradition of the Cherokee Nation, builder of community and collective strength. These women, faith leaders, show us what it means to speak truth without apology, stand firm in conviction, and lead with love, courage, and a spirit aligned with the divine. The fact sheet on these powerful leaders is in the bookstore. Slide 4. The Multifaith Diversity Team. We invite you to come and join us. Share your wisdom on a faith tradition, light the flame of faith candle, help prepare the fact sheet, be a presenter. Everyone is welcome regardless of age or ability. Sign up in the bookstore or email Reverend Amandra. We are currently scheduling for the rest of the year, and so if you're busy right now and maybe it's not the right time, get on the calendar for sometime later in the year. We invite you to sign up, and we welcome your input. Thank you.
Thank you, Reverend Amandra. Thank you, Constance Slider-Pierre, Akaya Jacobs. Thank you so much. We are truly inclusive here at East Bay Church of Religious Science. So let's get ready. It's a day party once again. I am using terminology that the young people use for us to know that they party all day long. So we're here to party in the name of church. All right. So God is the only power is what we're getting ready for. So let's go ahead and stand. And Joelle, come on up. And we'll do this in English and Spanish as well. God is the only power in my life. Nothing from without can touch the perfect life of God within me. No past experience has power over me. I am a perfect child of God, and nothing that anyone has ever done or said can interfere with my divine birthright. The power of God is greater than any circumstance in my life. The strength of God is mine to use. Turning away from all feelings of inadequacy, I discovered that all that I need is within me right now. As I forgive the past, I find that I have nothing to atone for and nothing to run away from. Casting off the old me, I discover my true self. I take dominion in my life. Old habits have no power over me. Conditions have no power over me. Personalities have no power over me. I take dominion. I am whole. I am free. I am complete, now and forevermore. And so it is. Yes.
Thank you, thank you. Before we read it in Spanish together, I want to ask East Bay to please keep in mind our Chicano community that are suffering from grief of recent revelations. A lot of communities are in grief. Yours truly, I've been crying for 5 days. But I stand with Dolores Huerta. Okay, let's go. Dios es el único poder en mi vida. Nada de afuera puede tocar la vida perfecta de Dios adentro de mí. Soy un niño perfecto de Dios y nada que cualquiera haya hecho o dicho puede intervenir con mi primogenitura divina. El poder de Dios es más fuerte que cualquier circunstancia en mi vida. La fuerza de Dios es mía para utilizar, olvidando los sentimientos de insuficiencia. Yo descubro que todo lo que necesito está dentro de mí en este momento. Cuando perdono el pasado, encuentro que no tengo nada para expiar o escapar. Olvidando mi antigua persona, yo descubro mi verdadera persona. Yo tomo dominio en mi vida. Los hábitos antiguos no tienen poder sobre mí. Las condiciones no tienen poder sobre mí. Las personalidades no tienen poder sobre mí. Yo tomo dominio. Soy entero. Soy libre. Soy completo. Ahora y para siempre. ¿Es así? Sí, sí.
Thank you, Joel. Okay, it's time to welcome our first-time guest here at East Bay Church of Religious Science. Now, for those who are new with us, we're not going to ask you to speak or say anything. We just would love for you to stand so we can acknowledge you and know that you're here with us and we have a special gift. So if you're here for the very first time, please stand. Woohoo! And if you will continue to stand. All right, East Bay, let's go ahead and send our love, energy, and vibration to these amazing, beautiful people that are standing. We see you.
We see you.
We know who you are.
We know who you are.
You are the true image of God.
You are true image of God.
We thank you for being here.
We thank you for being here.
And we love you.
And we love you.
Welcome to East Bay Church. All right, you know it's Fourth Sunday, right? So Fourth Sunday, for those who are new, just mean hip hop, rock and roll. It just means we're ready to get ready to party. So Cab Choice Ensemble.
Yeah, give thanks, give thanks, give thanks. And as much as, you know, the spirit of hip hop, the spirit of soul, the spirit of all of the music of our diaspora is in our spirit, sometimes we like to just take it back to the traditions. Take it back to the roots. You know, those days that the music was instilled in us, the rituals of serving as musicians, as vocalists. And we just give thanks for the opportunity to do that in this space. Knowing this is not a performance, this is an offering to the Most High of praise, of glory, of thanks. As we coming off of the season of Ramadan, you know, I practiced Ramadan this year as just to try to learn how to get closer to the Most High, to the divine, you know. Eid Mubarak to all of those who celebrated this year. We just had a beautiful Eid service here in Oakland. It's an amazing practice. And one of the things they say about Ramadan is you're supposed to come out as a changed individual. It's not just fasting through that month, but you're supposed to come out changed. And I know we need a change in the world, but the change begins within. Is that right? I said the change begins within. Is that right? So sometimes you just gotta go to the Most High. I just ask to be changed, whatever that means to you. We're gonna take it back. My beautiful sister, Nonya Mecco. Y'all give it up for Nonya Mecco.
Y'all hear me? My great-grandma used to sing this song. I know I don't change. I know I've been changed. I know I've been changed. The angels up in heaven chill my soul. I said the angels in heaven, they done signed my name, they done signed my name. I know I've been changed. I know I've been changed. I know I've been changed. Huh. The angels in heaven, they don't call they don't sign my name. Yes, Lord. Yes,
Stay on your feet, stay on your feet, stay on your feet. Because we all, sometimes we all fall short. Women's History, Nina Simone. Give thanks for all the beautiful music, all the beautiful inspiration, all the joy, all the creativity, all the messages, all the power. Woo! Cinnamon, hold on.
Oh, Cinnamon, where you gonna run to, Cinnamon? Where you gonna run to, Cinnamon? Where you gonna run to, oh, on that day? Where you gotta run to the rock? Please hide me, I run to the rock. Please hide me, I run to the rock. Please hide me, Lord, all on that day. But the rock cried out, I can't hide to the rock, cried out. I can't hide to the rock, cried out. I can't hide to here, all on that day. I said, rock, what's the matter with you, rock? Don't you see I need you, rock? Don't you need I need you, rock, all on that day. So I run to a river, it was bleeding, I run to the river. It was bleeding, I run to the sea, it was bleeding all on that day. I run to the river, it was boiling, I run to the sea. It was boiling, I run to the sea. It was boiling all on that day. So I run to the Lord, Lord, please hide me. I run to the Lord. You see me pray.
Wow, that right there, I don't know that. Where I'm from, that might have qualified as funk. That is the Kev Choice Ensemble. You got Gerald back here on drum. We got both Clark and Malachi today, killing it. Io, hot in from New York. Appreciate you being here. And oh my gosh, that sister knowing your makeup. Woo. It ain't many who can bring great grandma's song and do it justice. You understand what I'm saying? But I know I've been changed. And it's all because of this man right here, Kev Choice. That's my brother for real, and I ride with him, and now you know why. So, yeah, you know what I'm saying? It had to be the hand of the Lord. That's what I felt it right here in this place. Whew, good morning. Good morning, Reverend E. You're looking good. My name is Reverend Darika Blackman. I'm the senior minister here at the East Bay Church of Religious Science. I use she or they gender pronouns, and I am grateful to be alive. Some days it's the only thing I can count. I'm still here. But the CSL, Centers for Spiritual Living theme for this month is What If? And today, there's a focus on happiness. So the weekly topic title is Want to Change the World? Do it. And the contemplative question is, what becomes possible when we imagine the pursuit of happiness as a shared spiritual practice? I'm like, oh, okay. So we are going to collectively decide what it takes to be happy, especially in this moment, in this time right now. Here's the quote from Living the Science of Mind. Happiness, page 431, because the twins always get on me. I need the reference, Reverend Tariq. I'm looking it up. And it's in the back of the Living the Science of Mind book. It's a whole little piece that Ernest Holmes wrote on happiness. And he says, happiness must be based on an inward sense of security, a sense of belonging to life and each other, a desire to give, to be kind and compassionate, and to be able to put ourselves in the other person's position. You know, really what he's saying is it's an inside job. It's not something that happens to us. It's something that happens in us. And if we can locate that thing inside, we will constantly and forever have a wellspring to draw from. So I'm happy to be here. I'm happy the East Bay Church has been here for 52 years. I'm happy the Reverend E is here today. I'm happy that at 94 years young, she knocked it out the park last week, along with Takia and Carol, and it was just a beautiful thing. I'm happy that I wasn't here. And that Chris and I took off and went to Monterey for my birthday, and I'm happy about Crystal and Ijaya and Amandra and Kimberly and Asha and the ushers and the AV. I'm happy that everything was in place. Sounding good. My daddy called me. He said, oh, Reverend E threw down today. Wow. See, that's the thing is that I could tell you some things I'm unhappy about. Give me a couple hours. But I could choose to list off and name the things I'm happy about. And some days it's hard. And I'm going to tell you, today was one of those days for a variety of different reasons. I'm not trying to do the spiritual bypass thing where we just fake happy. We just plastering happy on top of pain. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about looking into your life and seeing what you can celebrate. even if it's just a little. Grateful for that moment. I just paused and took a breath. Yeah, we're not doing the fake happy. Some people want us to do that. Oh, but you got so much to be grateful for. But I'm sad, or I'm depressed, or whatever I am going on. That's what I got going on. The invitation is just that. It's an invitation to choose this day what you gonna serve. The fear, the worry, or is there something we might touch upon that could just give us a little inspiration, a little joy? You know, I talk a lot about social justice and social change and sacred activism, and my really good friend and birthday twin, Reverend Sonia Russell, wrote this: what if changing the world isn't about force or control, but about transforming thought, belief, and consciousness so deeply that our outer actions and shared systems naturally shift and we lean into the collective pursuit of happiness and inward security? What she's saying is, what if what we need to do to change the world is change our thinking? Change the way we think about what is happening, and even more than that, what is possible. Because this what if theme that they have for the month is about imagination. See, we say change your thinking, change your life, but what if we use this change in our thinking and our vivid imaginations to see the divine in each other? Oh, that feels good, doesn't it? It's spring, and, you can see, I got a little baby nephew, and I can see the divine in him every time I see him. That's easy. Right? And I'm going to tell you something today, because I'm going to get to some hard stuff today. But I'm going to start with the easy, because sometimes I skip over the easy, because I want to just get you right to the part where I'm pushing you to grow. You understand what I'm saying? I believe my job is to comfort the afflicted and afflict the comfortable. That's my job, right? If you in here comfortable, my job is to draw your attention to a place where, there's an opportunity to grow. But let me start with the comfort of the afflicted, because right about now we all afflicted. You understand? And so let me say that we can use our imaginations to pull ourselves into all of the things we think we have to get externally. I can have an experience of peace in the midst of some of the greatest chaos because I've developed, as Reverend Michael would call it, the blisscipline to take myself there, right? In a relationship or in a church, you have people that push your buttons, right? Or maybe it's at your workplace or in your family, with your children, with your parents, wherever it is, there's people that push your buttons. And you could decide to just not deal with them. And there are some cases in which that might be appropriate. But you could also investigate the wiring that's got you responding to every little thing they do. It just irritates you. You know what I'm saying? I know. But what is this hypersensitivity, right? It's focus. You're focused on every little thing they do wrong. But Catherine Ponder has a book, The Prospering Power of Love. And in it, she teaches us to just see whatever it is we're having difficulty with, put love on it. Reverend E says it all the time. Just put some love on it and then see what happens. Just spend some time imagining the good. Let me give you a more practical, low-hanging fruit example. your minister used to have road rage. And I just need to tell you that it was bad. I had a story and a conversation for just about everybody on the road. Now, what are you doing in this lane right here? You don't see that this is the fast lane. There's no reason why you should be going 50 miles an hour in the fast lane. What are you doing? I'm having a whole conversation. It's called an indicator. It's to indicate that you're about to make a turn. Please turn it on. I'm having a whole conversation, right? And it got so bad that I almost killed myself. In the rain, cutting somebody off. Right? No, for real. And then I had to go and take a look at myself. And what is it in me that is reacting? Now, I wasn't even reacting. I'm having conversations with other cars on the road like that's my job. So I had to learn to do a few things. I had to change the music in the car. And now I got the smooth jazz. You understand? Because I love cat, but you know, sometimes if I go too hard, I go too hard. You understand what I'm saying? So I had to change the music in the car. And then I had to start seeing the people who were driving. I had to see not the turn they were making, but who's sitting there. And actually use, I don't know, maybe this practitioner, this minister thing, and imagine a story that worked for the situation. I had to make up a story. I made up the story that everybody older is my grandma. Because you better not be honking and giving the finger at my grandma. I don't care how she driving. She has earned the right. Do you understand? And then it became, the young people. See, that's your story. See, you now you know what to pray about, right? He said, what about the young people? That was your thing, right? And so that's the thing, is that you don't know these people. All you know is a few things. Some of y'all got gender characteristics. Some of y'all got racial characteristics. These people drive like that. And do you understand? It's just a small thing, but it's an example of how we do everything. We think our job is to evaluate and condemn. And some of us want to do it full time. We working overtime, 2 double shifts, and not getting paid nothing. Overtime job. If you have a double shift as the critic, I'm going to just invite you to go ahead and plan for retirement. Because it's not making your life better. And it's actually a energy, a vibration that goes out in the world. Because what happens? You mean mugging them, you cutting them off, you honking, you understand? It's a creative force. Your thoughts are things and they create a vibration. So this happiness thing is not about how they're driving. It's about what you are focusing on while you're driving. Because you could be focusing on the music. Or you could be grateful that you got something to drive. Or you could be thinking about the wonderful thing you're on the way to. Or you could just be admiring how beautiful you are. And this is the thing. That might be the hardest thing right there. Because all of us been told a story. All of us, I don't care who it is, been told a story. And so some of us, it's hard to look in the mirror. So that imagining that you're worthy, that you're deserving, that you're beautiful, that you're smart. What is that, the movie that you kind, you smart, you important, Go ahead and say that to yourself, because it's important that you imagine your best self, because you deserve your happiness too, your happiness and your imagination. So when we talk about changing the world, our affirmation for today is I change the world by healing what lives in me. Let's say that together. I change the world by healing what lives in me. Now, I'm going to tell you, my sacred activism requires that you don't just work on you. Right? There's a lot that we do around manifestation in this movement, but it stops at I got myself out of poverty. I got a loving relationship. I'm cured of cancer. I'm not interested in a religion that stops right there, because there's only one of us. So you got yourself out of the poverty that everybody else is in. That's not good enough. We have to work on the systems, dismantling the systems that create the inequity in the first place. But the prerequisite is work on yourself so you can be well. Because you're not going to be able to help anybody in any of these movements if you don't have a sense of groundedness, balance, inner peace, and yes, joy, right? And we're in a moment right now where we're going to need all our skills. You know, I talk to you all, I say if we stay ready, then we don't have to get ready, right? But one of the things that is a tool of our movement is forgiveness, right? And I want to talk now about some harder topics. I want to talk about love and accountability now. And I want to talk about what it is to create the beloved community where we can all get free. And with the trigger warning around sexual violence, as we celebrate Women's History Month, I'm going to lift up Dolores Huerta today, Ana Mergia today, Deborah Rojas today, because it's important. And if you are aware, these are 3 powerful survivors of sexual assault who have come forward even at the age of, I believe Dolores Huerta is 95, 96, yes, to tell their stories, right? And I just want to say, I've said so many prayers of compassion for the hurt of secrets, for this beautiful, celebrated woman who held close to her breast the most painful, difficult experience that some of us could ever have, right? And didn't feel safe in a community that loved her, in a community that adored her, that painted her name and held her up. I met her just last year. In that community where all these people who loved her, she didn't feel safe to say what was so, what had happened to her. And that's on us. That's on us. Because we all are keeping the secrets of our families, of our communities. We are all keeping the secrets. And I want to tell you that you don't have to do that no more. Reverend Dr. Amandra is doing a workshop on disclosing the legacy of silence. Can you bring up the slide, Byron? It's this Saturday. This Saturday. And I just want to honor all of us. Oh, don't worry about it. We'll get to it. When you get to it, it's the slide, Reverend Amandra's slide on disclosing the legacy of silence. When you find it, just put it up and I'll acknowledge it then. But it's time. It's time for us to create a space where people can feel safe speaking up. And I'm so grateful for Sister Hunia, who just happens to be on this day I was going to talk about it. Yes, here it is. Reverend Dr. Amandra, 9 a.m. Pacific time. Is it online? It's online on Zoom. So if you or someone you know is ready to break the silence, you can hear a little bit more about Reverend Dr. Amandra's story. She has her book. She got a free ebook for you. Hunia put some QR codes back there for survivors or anybody who needs support. There's resources on the back table back there. And so we want you to know that this is an important part. If we're going to talk about our story as women, then we've got to talk about creating a space, all of us, where folks can speak up, right? And when we imagine this world, we always talk about a world that works for everyone. Can we imagine what it would be like if people felt safe to come forward with the harm that they've experienced? I know this is touchy and it's difficult, and as a survivor myself, I had an experience of being scared. It took me years to come forward, right? And I was in an environment where I got punished for coming forward. And so when people ask, why does it take women so long, right? You don't understand. We haven't created a space where it's safe to talk about, but we can. And how we do it is I have this conversation that's uncomfortable at the pulpit, not just on a workshop someplace else, but right here where we can all hear it and we can all talk about it and we can all acknowledge that it happens way more than we even know, right? But I'm going to push this radical oneness today. You just take a deep breath. Because I also want to talk about Cesar Chavez. And I want to talk about a world, what if? See, we are the no heaven and hell people. Reverend East talked about it last week. I don't want nobody to burn forever. We're not doing that here. I remember the first time I heard that, I was like, what God is this? I'm already for sure out that religion. But this is what we do, is we put together a dynamic that allows people to be put outside. Cancel, erase so fast, just erase everything. And the thing is, I'm not really sure exactly what we should do about it. But I know that when I decided to talk, I was going to start not just with Dolores Huerta, but with the other two women who were survivors and center them and their experience. But I wasn't going to leave him out. Because most folks who perpetrate these kinds of crimes are survivors themselves. And this world where we want to put people out, that's not how it works. They just come back. They just come back. You want to put them where? In what prison? That's going to keep them for life. No, they're not. They're coming right back. But they just haven't had the power of rehabilitation. And I have worked with survivors most of my life, and I've also worked with perpetrators. And when I tell you that I want to practice radical oneness, what you think the radical was supposed to mean? Oneness is easy with the people you know and love. That's easy. Now listen, I want to say this. It's hard to do this work because I'm not trying to tell any survivor that they need to be on anybody's timeline, of they need to forgive or do anything for anybody. Like our brother LaRussell, God bless him. LaRussell put out a song a couple weeks ago, and the song is called Heaven Sent, and he's a Bay Area hip-hop artist, and he put out a song called Heaven Sent, and he said, Malcolm is heaven sent, Martin is heaven sent, Hitler is heaven sent, Epstein is heaven sent, Trump is heaven sent, and you better believe social media went wild. They went and attacked that boy so fast, he had to take down all his social media, and he was like, I don't understand all that is negative in hip-hop, and I get canceled. But it was tone deaf. You see, in this moment where we have the Epstein files, Diddy, Chopra, Cesar Chavez, in this moment where this is being exposed, you can't just brush aside the pain of the survivors. You can't just be like, oh yeah, it's all heaven sent. It is. And at the same time, how do we do love and accountability? That's the question, because it's important. And I want to say this, it's important not just about sexual assault, but it's important about whatever it is we're ashamed of. See, that's the thing. When you go out with the pitchforks, it's just fake. It's just fake because nobody wants somebody to know their darkest hour, their worst sin. Because if we come after all of these people for all the crimes that they've done, and they're horrific. I'm talking about the molestation of people when they were 12 and 13 years old. It's no question that we have to have accountability for that. But if we go after them, then what about me? What about whatever I got going on? What about what I did maybe by accident or I didn't know? Or what about what I did on purpose? If we go after them, who right now sitting here is just like, oh my God, why did I come on this Sunday? But what we do is watch how people get tarred and feathered in the society, and then you never gonna come forward and talk about your incident, what happened to you, whether you're a survivor or a perpetrator. I want to talk about Kamal Bell for a second, who's a brilliant brother. He did a documentary called We Need to Talk About Cosby. And in the documentary, anybody seen that? I really highly, highly recommend it. I thought it was brilliant. And what he did was he talked about Bill Cosby, and he talked about all the great things that Bill Cosby had done. And interspersed with those things was every woman that had accused him of assault, right side by side. So while he was doing this amazing thing for black colleges, he was also assaulting these 3 women, side by side. And it forced us to get out of this black and white either or thinking that we want somebody to be devil or angel, because ain't nobody that. Ain't nobody that. You like it up here. You want a pulpit up here. You want a title and all of that. And then I get to be angel. That ain't so. That ain't so. Ask my 12-step program. It ain't so. But do I feel safe to tell you what I go to 12-step meetings for? Not quite yet. We getting there. Reverend E is like, tell him. Because you like, this is what we do in America. It's the cult of celebrity. Everybody, you just put them up on a pedestal and you throw rocks till they fall down. You put them up on a pedestal and you throw rocks till they fall down. I wasn't going for it. I saw what you did to the last minister. I wasn't going for it. I wasn't. I knew from the day I got here. Everybody was talking, no. And I was like, I'm not going to be the one. Let me just tell you right now, whatever you all like about them, you also going to find something to not like about me. It's a line of people that don't like me. You could go get a number and stand us around the corner and down the block. But that's not what it's really about. Do you understand? It's not about me. It's never been about me. This is spirit. That's what you came here for. It's for your spirit to speak, to perk up. And it might be Kev, it might be Reverend E, it might be Richard at the front door. It could be anybody that activates the consciousness and the awareness in you that you, no matter what you have done, are spirit in the flesh. And that's the thing. If everybody gets forgiveness, then we all can be free. It's a hard teaching. I'm going to tell you that right now. But I appreciate Kamal Bell's example, because for me, love and accountability means we're not going to pretend like nothing happened. But we're also not going to erase the amazing work of Cesar Chavez. We're not going to erase it, because that's important too. And I understand if survivors need to not see his name, I get it. But I'm just going to say for us, we here are the radicals. And it's our job to imagine a society where everybody can be healed. What do you want to do with all these people we canceling and throwing? What are we going to do with them? How many? Because I can assure you that there's some people that you admire. We could go ahead and cancel Malcolm. We could cancel Martin. Who you want to cancel? You got to cancel Elijah Muhammad. Who you want? It's where are you not canceling? You can go ahead and cancel me right now. Let me just tell you for sure. Right? And Reverend E, you can cancel her too. I can tell you some stories. She'll tell you herself. If you've been here long enough, you know all her stories. And she's proud to tell you because her legacy is unconditional love. It's forgiveness. Because that thing, that's why it says, let he who is without sin cast the first stone. Because we all fall short of the glory of God. Except this is religious science, so we don't fall short at all. That's the thing. Here's the thing. What it really means is nobody falls short. What happened was horrible to these women. And how can we hold the reality that people do both beautiful, amazing, and horrible things all the time? And some of those people are us. So when you speak up to condemn, consider who might be listening and shrinking down into themselves just a little bit more because they know it'll never be safe for them to bear their secrets, tell what they're ashamed of. Just consider, what if we couldn't throw anybody away? What if there really is no heaven or hell? What if we have nothing to fear but fear itself? And the evil that we create is just a place where we focus on one aspect of who a person is and eliminate any sense of possibility for redemption. So when we imagine the pursuit of happiness as a shared spiritual practice, we tap into a truth that transcends personal ambition and realize that our joy is intertwined. Change does not require force. It's not about who we lock up and throw away the key. It begins with the shift in consciousness, nurtured by imagination, compassion, and the courage to envision more. By recognizing happiness as both birthright and responsibility, we align with the infinite wholeness that celebrates our uniqueness while bonding us in unity. In this space, the world changes not through power over, but through love within. And from that love, we can build systems, relationships, and communities where everyone, without exception, can thrive. Thank you. Thank you. I love you. So I just want to take a moment right now to pray for all the survivors. Because sometimes when we talk about forgiving everyone, we forget to hold them first in our hearts. All these years of not being able to tell our story. And I'm so grateful for everyone everywhere who has opened their heart, opened their home, opened their organizations, their institutions, to create a space where women and men and non-binary folks who are survivors, because we have survivors in every gender configuration, can feel safe, can feel whole, can begin a healing process. I'm so thankful for people like Bathsheba and Kasum who are practicing, and my father back in Detroit, who are practicing a restorative practice, showing us that there is a way to deal with harm that doesn't create more harm. I'm grateful for this teaching, this new thought, religious science, science of the mind, that has always said we got to go beyond the place of wrong and right doing. If we change our thinking about what's possible, all of us can be free, all of us can be forgiven. And if some of us are not free, none of us can be free, because we really are one. And I wish it was true that we was only one with the people we like, or the good people, or the nice people, but we one with all the people. And so I pray for all the perpetrators today, that they be more than just that word, that their humanity find a way to be restored, that we stop treating people like they are disposable. I pray for us as a spiritual community holding the high watch, that we could begin to create spaces right here in this church where wholeness and healing can happen for everyone. I'm so grateful for people like Reverend Dr. Amandra and Hunia, who are creating those spaces even now, where we can have hope and healing and restoration, where we can say, you not throwaway. We're not throwing you away. And I'm grateful for us, for every prayer request that's in this box, because it's, Reverend, he said the way you do one thing is the way you do everything. So whoever it is we got unforgiveness or conflict with at the job, whatever disease is in our bodies, whatever it is that we feel like we at war at, I'm praying peace. I'm praying restoration. I'm praying divine healing. There's a healing for everybody who wrote something down in this box or who has something on their heart. There's a healing in our love relationships right now. There's a healing in our body temple right now, because that, Reverend, he talked about it's the anger and the fear and the stress and the tension sometimes that is the very thing that is making us sick. I remember her telling us about a woman that came to her from prayer, and Reverend, he said, if you want to be well, you're going to have to forgive this person. And she said, I'd rather be sick. And then we say, and so it is. Because happiness and wellness are tied together. And we like to think, well, I'll be happy when I'm well. That ain't how it works. Everything starts in mind. So we get to decide right now that I'm happy I'm alive. I'm happy somebody loves me. I'm happy that I get to stand up here. I'm happy that I know God is real. What are you happy about? And how can it change our lives? I'm so grateful for this teaching. I'm so grateful for just to have one more day with my teacher here, sitting here in the house that Reverend E built. I'm so grateful for Bathsheba in ministerial school up here on her way. I'm grateful how this thing keeps growing, how you keep showing up, whether it's in person or online, and saying, that's what I'm about right there. And I keep telling people, this is the way. This is the way forward. The whole world is looking for, how can we get past the cycle of I hate you and I hate you even more. And so I'm happy. Even in the midst of such painful stories, I'm happy, because it's my job to see it, to see beyond right doing and wrong doing, the field that Rumi talked about. I see it. And I see it right here happening at East Bay Church, where we have classes and we have workshops, and maybe it's time to bring the inner child workshop back, because all of us need a healing. All of us need a healing in here. I need a healing. I want to tell you, I want to feel safe to tell you, I need a healing. And so let's make it. Let's make it so. Let's build the circles and the conversations that we need to be whole and be well, because that is what will truly change the world. And I release this word to the perfect activity of divine law, because if I had to figure out how to change the world, we'd be in trouble. But that's not the way this thing works. What you do is speak your word into the law and watch. When you touch and agree with spirit, it already wants goodness. It already wants peace. It's already creating prosperity in your life. It's giving you love. Just get out the way and let it be, and let it unfold. So I'm going to get my bloated nothingness out the way today and allow Spirit to perfect that which concerns me. And because there's only one of us, I'm going to invite you to know this is true for you too by saying Ashe, Amen, and so it is.
Only thing I can say is wow. Powerful. Let's give it up for Reverend Derica for having courage. We were talking in the back, and the reason I'm saying for courage is because I was telling her I wanted to be a practitioner just because of the purple scarves. And the way the practitioners like kind of shined. But I didn't know what it meant to be a practitioner. The consciousness, the prayers, right? To see someone whose body may have nothing but blisters all over it, but you're seeing wholeness no matter what. Like the consciousness of a practitioner, right? Then I told her I just wanted to go to ministerial school just to kind of like be in prayer and do some visits and stuff like that. I just thought that was going to be like too. But I wasn't aware of the depth of what it meant. So every time something is shining, watch out, y'all. Because there's a little bit more to the shine, right? And with that surrendering, like what that really means, right? That being stripped. And coming from the Catholic Church, I love Jesus. I love to say that in these churches of religious signs. I love Jesus. And nothing wrong with Jesus. And the reason I love Jesus is because of the courage at the time when something said you are to honor this idol, and then you tell somebody, no, you got to believe in something that you can't even see. That dude was a trip. That dude was a trip, I'm telling you. To keep telling somebody that something else exists, and you've been practicing something for a lifetime, and an individual come before you and says, you better change your thinking. What? Again, I'm learning. It ain't just what I thought it was. So you thought this was a day party where you were just going to jam the Kevin Choice? No! Not at East Bay. You come for some real truth. So take a breath, everyone. Breathe in and breathe out. Come on. Take a breath in. Let it out. Right. And she just asks us to love more. She just asks us to love even deeper. Thank you, Reverend E, for being who you are. Man, thank you all. All right, so we're here. It's that time now for us to get ready for our offering, to give back in all of the different ways. But before we even go into the offering, I want you to just look around the room at the people in here. Just look around, because everybody in here is offering something beautiful to this community. The babies are in here. The grandchildren are in here, Lynn and her grandbabies and new babies, and that's letting us know we have more generations. And I'm having you to look around because you can feel the energy, right? When we're talking about survivors, we're talking about people who have been harmed, you can feel an energy in here. And the energy is not to sit with it and let that energy just be there. It's just about loving bigger and taking action, right? So look at the person next to you and just let them know, say, I love you. Love, look, I love you. Love on them, love you. right, so now we're going to love on you. We're going to love on your pockets, your credit cards, and all the way of giving. That's how we going to love even bigger. All right, so we have EJ about to come with more love about our offering.
Just continue to be conscious of the gift that you already are, the gift that this place already is. Everything is already all right. Everything is already all right. Think about the place that we're grateful for as we give. Conscious giving. Conscious giving. Even as the ushers come forward. And our offertory statement is coming up. Please raise your hand if you need an envelope. Raise your card if you need the machine. Let the ushers come forward and stand facing us as we say our offertory statement together. Yes? We're ready? Divine love, through me, blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, and all that I receive. All, and so it is.
Peace and joy, I invite. Peace and joy,
For life, life, life.
Peace and joy,
For life,
peace
life,
and
life.
joy,
Peace, peace, and joy.
peace and joy, peace and joy. Hey, peace and joy. Oh, peace and joy. I am thine, peace and joy. Peace and joy. Peace and joy. I am thine. Peace and joy.
So very grateful. So I just want to say grace for the blessings, for the offerings, for the gift and the giver. Blessing everything that has been offered today. Most certainly, the consciousness of giving. For this and the more, I'm grateful, and so it is.
Thank you so much, Ijaya, Grace Angel, Bathsheba. Thank you. And I appreciate Bathsheba for just giving us a moment to breathe. We needed that. And I appreciate that. And I know, I see my trainers going, okay, we need some somatics in this moment. So just please make sure you take care of yourself. And as I mentioned earlier, there's resources on the back table back there for anyone who is feeling activated and or needs additional support. We appreciate you. It's time for announcements. We have a lot of great things going on and happening, which is exciting. More to be grateful for. Today, in 90 minutes from now, we are having our members' annual meeting. It is virtual only. So if you came planning to be in person today, we are moving it to virtual only. If you absolutely will not be able to make it to a computer by that time, let us know, and we'll try to make an accommodation for you here in the building. But the plan is to move to virtual only. We have found that hybrid still really makes it hard for people to hear each other who are in the two different spaces. So while we know some of you love in person, we have to welcome, we have virtual members, and so we have to make something like voting hybrid. So we will be talking at this meeting about our approving our second set of bylaws. We have 2 new board members, Master John Ellis, who is back there in the back, and Jaleesa Eagles are getting to be voted in today. We will talk about our 2026 budget and a few really key updates. If you did not get an email about this meeting, it means you are not in our membership roles or we don't have the right email address for you. So if you did not check your email about the voting meeting, and if you did not get an email, some people believe they are members because they were members a long time ago, but don't realize we kind of did a purge of folks who weren't around a while ago. So please double check your membership, and we can do that for you. I believe at this meeting we'll have a list of members. Guess who's turning 95? So we are having Praise, Sing, Dance, a 95th birthday fundraiser for Reverend Eloise Oliver for the East Bay Church, May 9th, right here, 2 to 5 p.m. It's on a Saturday. Attire is purple and white, so the tickets are $95 plus fees. There are now tickets, special lower price tickets or free tickets for children, lower priced. We also have the opportunity to donate if you can't be there on that day. This is a fundraiser for the community, and if you come to the community meeting, you'll hear more about our fundraising needs. And next week we'll have a finance update for the entire membership at service. But we certainly need your support, and we certainly want to celebrate Reverend E. So it's going to be a good time. And we will also be celebrating her on April 4th, which was our original date, by doing what she loves to do. We're going to walk and garden right here at the church. What time is that? 10 to 12. So 10 a.m. to 12 noon. We're going to walk in the community and do some gardening here at the church on April 4th. So I apologize there wasn't a slide for that, but we'll get it for next time. Pathways to Manhood is starting, so KP, you're going to come and make an announcement, right? You're looking all dapper. I know it's not, appreciate you. We give it up for Calvin Potts and all that he does for men, not just at East Bay, but out in the world.
Good morning, East Bay Church. Before I move forward, I've been given an order to ask permission from the oldest elder in the room. Can I speak? That's a tradition I've learned from some of the events that I'm involved in the community. Thank God for East Bay Church. We're having a Pathways to Manhood cohort starting next Sunday, 3:30 here, right in the sanctuary. You know, this is really important to me and to a lot of the men because this process that we talk about here in East Bay Church is usually not an event. People's lives just don't change automatically. There's usually a process put in place to modify your belief system. You know, I came in here believing a lot of crazy stuff. And I was given some tools to modify my belief system, and my belief system is still under construction. You understand what I'm saying? I'm like, I haven't fully evolved. I haven't completed the journey of manhood, which is a continuing journey. We're going to get together. We're going to chop it up. We're going to get to know each other. We're going to do some things that a lot of young men may not have had or said in their circles. Thanks so much for Reverend E. I got to say one more thing. When I came into East Bay Church, I went into a class. Reverend Watts put me in this class, right? And Reverend E, I didn't know nothing about her, nothing about East Bay Church. I was hanging out in the dope house. You know, selling dope, using dope. I was in bad shape. Reverend E said something about turn the other cheek. I wasn't listening to most of it. She said, turn the other cheek. I stood up. I said some really inappropriate things about that whole idea. Because where I come from, that ain't nothing. We don't think and do nothing about turning the other cheek. You turn your cheek, we're going to break your jaw. You see what I'm saying? So, but what I had to learn is that was a consciousness concept that I had to employ some rituals and some ways of being that would alter the way I felt about confrontation. And my life began to change. And it's still changing. And I ain't perfect, but I'm better. You know? So anyway, thank you. Hope to see you out of the guys. Send your fellas to the program next Sunday, right here in the sanctuary, 3:30.
So, if you are interested in becoming a practitioner for more than the little pretty purple stole, or if you're ready to advance your understanding of religious science and the science of mind, you've taken a few classes and you really want to go into a deeper dive, we are considering starting an advanced consciousness studies class in the fall. It's a year-long course. It used to be called Prac 1, and it was the start of the practitioner licensing program, but now it's available for anyone. And professional practitioner studies is 1 year, and advanced consciousness is the first year. We want to know if you're interested because for the spring and summer, we want to make sure we offer any prerequisites that anyone needs to get into advanced consciousness study. There are 3 classes that you have to take. We'll put more up about this. But if you can fill out the form by March 31st, there's a QR code. If you're online, many of our classes are online. We would love, love, love to put together a beautiful, robust advanced consciousness studies class. So if you've taken 1 or 2 classes, we want to make sure you have everything you need, just so you can consider it. For the practitioners in the room, how many of you thought when you first got here that you'd be a practitioner? Yes, that's 1, right? Oh, actually, I'm probably 2, because, I was that one, like, oh, yes, I want to do that. Just check it out. And do that little talking to yourself thing with spirit. Instead of just saying, oh, no, I know I don't want to do that. That's a lot of work. That's a lot of responsibility. It's a lot of blessing. I love to pray. I love to pray. I love to pray. And so just check it out and see if it might be for you. We have a 12-step program, as I alluded to several times today. And it meets Fridays at noon, and it is for all people with any, as we call them, addictions or afflictions. So whatever your issues are, there's a community to support you every week, Fridays at noon, online. There's a QR code. You can also find this on our website, and we are looking for folks to participate and also to do service. to help run the meetings. And we're talking about expanding to another meeting, but we need to make sure we have enough people to run the meetings. And new member orientation is happening. So if you get to the meeting today and you find out you can't vote because you're not actually a member, guess what you should do? Go to April 11th and April 18th. These are 2 Saturdays from 1 to 3. And I'm going to tell you, our new member orientation is really great. Hats off to Lee Valentine and all the folks who put it together. You're going to get to hear from, yes, thank you. You're going to hear from lots of people in the community, learn about the history of the church. You'll learn more about the Centers for Spiritual Living that we're a part of, the ministries, and maybe get connected to some opportunities to volunteer or be more a part of things. So if you're kind of, as Reverend E likes to say, you've been shacking up, and you think, okay, maybe I want to make a commitment to this thing. I really want to encourage our love streamers to participate in new member orientation. We have a couple folks, thank you, Reverend Matthew, who are interested in building a more robust online community. So please don't think that membership is not for you. Wherever you are in the world, we are right there with you. And that is all. So I'm going to give it back to Minister in Training, Bathsheba Harambe, Minister in Consciousness already. We just getting her through to these last few steps. And I told her, I know it is, because it's hard, it's emotional, this part of it. And I was like, that's what it is. The practitioner, minister, is just humility with a side of humility. It's just a right big old tenderizer. Yes, Reverend E. Hold on, let me bring you the microphone. I love this part of it. I feel like I'm a Bob Barker. Come on down.
I want to say, if you found yourself in this church, you're already a practitioner. Because this church is not on the beaten path. And so just being here means that you came because you had been called. And some of us visit for a long time, like my friend here. Been here as long as I've been here, and I just found out when we had something the other day, and I asked people to stand. But all I'm saying, I hope I'm saying it right, is if you found yourself coming in this door, it's not on the beaten path. So something is calling you to come on up higher. And it's time for that person in whatever family you're in, you are the teacher now. So you might as well come on and take the classes and be prepared, because it only takes one of us. In any family where you come from, it only takes one. I want to say something to the young man in the band who brought his child. I just love you, because there are people who do not believe that men love their children. Every time some woman gets pregnant, they say, oh, she gonna have to raise that baby by herself. And I say all the time, there are men going to court trying to get to see their children. So when I saw you, I said, there's one. Thank you.
Love you, Reverend. Thank you so much for that. Absolutely, absolutely. We are so grateful.
At this time, if we can have all of our practitioners to stand, please. And if you are available also for after-service prayer, if we can have you to come up front. And just a reminder to our congregants and for those who are online, our practitioners are not only praying for things that you feel like are conditions that may be happening that's, hey, this is a challenge. They're also praying, if you have a great marriage and you love your husband or your wife and it's going well, they're praying for that too, continuation. They're praying for those who are like, I am so prosperous and I want more prosperity. So the prayers is expansive. And so if you would love more of whatever it is, or prayers for something that you want to change, please see our practitioners. And I want to say thank you all for being here. All right, so it's time for us to get ready to close for this day party that we have a journey we've been on. Want to say thank you to those who came for the very first time. You came on a true Sunday. And so we appreciate your smile and just being with us. So let's go into prayer, recognizing what came to mind is that we're all shepherds. That we're all a part of God's ministry. And that somewhere in our life, we are ministering. We're practicing the practice of love and truth and oneness. We close this day with an awareness that we are always one with the power and the presence of God. And that awareness takes us through each and every day of next week. That awareness have us to shine our love on our loved ones and to pray for those, as Reverend Derica say, have been afflicted. And that we add the happiness in there. That we celebrate the journeys and the travels and the things that we've done in our lives and just say, God, thank you. Thank you for this joy in my life. Thank you for these happy moments. And thank you when you've made a way out of no way. And I have a testimony of a miracle. Thank you for being here at East Bay Church of Religious Science. Thank you all for being online. Thank you for those who are preparing to come to the annual meeting. And thank you for our Board of Trustees and Reverend Derica and all those who are preparing for this meeting. We know that this moment is blessed. And we know that the blessing that is here will be the blessing forever. Let's stay together in consciousness and stay together in community and stay together in our action to call to be this divine, radical oneness. Let's close by saying Ashe, amen, and so it is. All right, and let somebody next to you know that you appreciate them. Before we leave out of here, thank you, Camp Choice and Ensemble. We appreciate you all.